So lately within my own work, I've been doing a deep dive on transparent colors. Transparent washes to paint into and transparent imprimaduras on white canvases to see how colors react with different undertones. I was recently looking at a color chart by Williamsburg, and I'm also looking for an alizarin crimson replacement. And so I thought it'd be cool to pick up this Carl's Crimson, which looks like alizarin crimson, has the same transparency and color vibe, slightly cool red that is transparent. But I also saw these really cool colors there as well that were interesting. It's interesting, it just looks like really deep green, earthy green, and this looks like an earthy brown. And this does kind of have an alizarin crimson, like I said, vibe before. So I thought it'd be cool to mix these out, see what the mass tones look like, and then add a little bit of white to them, and maybe a little bit of transparency as well. So I'm going to start with the Carl's Crimson. Again, here I'm going to do a mass tone right next to the paint. And I can tell the transparency already on the gray. Yeah, it's got kind of cool undertones. Now, since it's a transparent color, we're going to put it as well onto the white palette right here. And you can really see the almost violet bluish undertones, but it has so much more luminosity up against the white, which makes sense for a transparent color. Get a good mass tone here. Fill that in. Let's do another area where I make it a little bit more transparent. The medium I'm using right here to make this a little bit more transparent is just a little bit of liquid, just so that the transparent undertones can come through against that white. It's really interesting. I'm learning so much from doing these color exercises, guys. Okay, so let's add a little bit of white to it to see what that does to the color. And I'm using titanium white here. I'm gonna put a little bit there. Come in with the titanium white. Put a little bit more white in, about 50-50 mix of white and paint together. So it cools it off a little bit. Now, it makes sense because it's a titanium white, which is a little bit of a colder white. And we have a cool red. So let's take this and we'll put it on our white as well. You can see that it's reacting to the white palette here. It's really interesting to see the same color essentially look different on different contexts, right? Gray versus white. Almost a simultaneous contrast thing going on here, which I'm going to do a video on that very soon as well. Simultaneous contrast. It's something that's very, very important to understand as a painter, understanding the context and how that affects colors. So we're going to check out the transparent yellow oxide here, which does not look yellow at all. It's got kind of an earthy brown, green feel to it. I'll put that right there. So that's our mass tone. Again, very transparent color. A little grainy, which is nice. I like the grain. Within oil painting, that's great that you have a little bit of grain. It means that the pigments are not breaking the light. They're not compact. There's ability for light to pass through the layers. It's something that's really beautiful about oil paint, especially for capturing the translucency of skin, right? We see all of our veins and even some of the color of bones when it hits skin can affect the color that we see on the skin. It gets a little bit more yellow. That's really beautiful. I can see it getting a little bit more yellow through here, but still a little more of an orange brown. And we'll add a little bit of medium to it as well, make it a little bit more transparent. See what that shows us. Put a little bit more paint there, just a little bit more. Let's see what white does to this color. I'm always surprised with how colors interact with white. Again, 50-50 white. See, there we go, there's that yellow. There's almost like secret colors hidden within our paints. That's a good YouTube title. The hidden colors trapped inside of transparent paints. So if you, maybe that's something that appeals to people. So definitely a yellow now. Definitely a yellow. Let's put it on the white as well. Again, I wouldn't have expected this yellow to come out of this brown mixture. Looks really interesting. I definitely could see using this as a base color for paintings, or using this as a shadow color to add a little bit of chroma into the shadows through glazes for skin tones in a portrait. Okay, so now I want to try this color that I'd never heard of before. And the nickel azu yellow. So we're going to try the nickel azu yellow now, a color that I don't know very much about at all. And I want to thank Williamsburg for sending us some paints. Really incredible. So they're owned by Golden. And we used a pan pastel, which is also owned by Golden. And they were like, you use our pan pastel, do you want us to send you some paint to try out? And I'm like, yes, that would be incredible. So this is not sponsored by them monetarily, but they did supply the paints for me to play with. So that's really nice. So we do see the yellow, green, a little bit of red undertones in there. My brush is clean for all the mixes because I'm using a wet wipe here to clean the brush. A wet wipe to clean the brush in between mixing. And I'm trying not to dip into anything that has a red on the white over here. That'll mess up our study, because we are looking for the subtlety in each mixture. So let's do the mass tone on white. Okay, so the white is really pushing those yellow undertones to the front of the paint. That's really beautiful. And we'll try it with a little bit more transparency. We'll put our medium down. And already, since we already have a little bit on the brush, we see how yellow that gets with a little bit of medium. Now let's see what colors are unlocked in here by adding again the titanium white. Okay, there's the yellow again. Definitely surprised. I'm going to add a little bit more white. So it's an almost 50-50 mix here. And it's really beautiful. There's green undertones as well. So it kind of moves in the way a yellow ochre would. However, almost electric. It's got a little bit more chroma to it, it looks like, under a real strong tinting strength. Let's see what it looks like on white. That's really beautiful. I never would have guessed that this really strong, vibrant yellow would come from this color green. That's why we do these studies. I'm learning so much from these. I'm actually compiling all of the studies I've been doing with the brand names and doing screenshots of the videos and then making it into a PDF for the folks over on Patreon. So it's almost going to be, if I keep doing these for say 2-3 years, I might even get through all the different brands, all the different versions of paint over time. And it's going to be a PDF that just grows as I do more studies. I'm going to add to it. And I want to make it almost like an atlas of what these colors do. So if I need a color that has this vibe to it, I know where to get it. And I can reference it and find it in my drawer or call the company and buy a few tubes. Awesome. So these are my transparent Williamsburg colors. I'm loving this as a replacement for alizarin crimson. I'm going to probably do another video with some other versions of alizarin crimson replacement colors. I just posted on a Facebook group and they gave me some great suggestions, and it would be really neat to see because this has a little bit of a coolness to it, and I love it. And I love the transparency. It's interesting. It gets warmer though when you get more transparent. When you add the cool of a titanium white, it gets a little bit of a blue dustiness in there. Very, very subtle cool. Oh, I love color so much, especially the subtlety that we can see by doing these studies. Thanks so much for watching. If you got something out of this video, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps this channel to keep growing. I also want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel over on Patreon and here on YouTube. Your comments, shares, and encouragement really keep this community going and growing. If you want to dive deeper with full-length lessons and behind-the-scenes stuff from my studio, check out the Patreon community with the link in the description. It's been amazing to connect with so many artists over there. And if you're interested in learning to draw and paint with me in person, I have an ongoing list of upcoming in-person workshops. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen for all the details. I'm now streaming a live drawing session every Wednesday morning where we'll study history, composition, and techniques behind some of my favorite works from art history. It all starts at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right here on YouTube. So grab some coffee, bring your sketchbook, and come hang out with me. It's a fun, low-pressure way to draw together and dive deep into some really great art in real time. Thanks again for being part of this journey with me. Paint well, and I'll see you in the next video. Or even better, I'll see you guys live on Wednesday morning. Take care. Bye.